I'm gonna line 100 men up against the wall. I bet $100 I can bang them all. I banged about 98. I thought my back would break. I went around the corner, got an oyster stew. Came back, banged another 2. I'm gonna win that banging bet. I may bang the other 2 yet. Tomorrow night at the Darktown Struthers Ball, I wish I had strength. Tomorrow night, Darktown Struthers Ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of you know what you are. Would you please hold this for me? Come here, schmuck.
Say something smart, idiot.
Are you alone, girl? You are? And she's very nice, too.
Last night, 6 guys walked in alone. I said, where are the women? They said, parking the cars.
This is the second show of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This comes to you directly from Belle Barth's Pub, 21st Street and Collins Avenue. I read a story about 2 men who went hunting. One was a little cross-eyed, a hunter. Shot off a shotgun. The shotgun scatters, and the other guy got hit right in the jadrul. It's Italian for cucumber. He had 9 holes in it. He ran to the doctor. The doctor got scared. He said, I think I'll send you to Schwartz. The guy said, who's Schwartz, a specialist? Doctor said, no, he's a piccolo player who'll show you how to finger it. That's what the colored people say. I likes working for the Jews because they blows the chauffeur. 9 holes in it. Well, somebody tagged me. Winchell calls me the, what does he call me? The Hildegard of the underworld. Paris is nice. It's convenient, it's gay. They do most things in the street. They eat in the street. They drink in the street. Even the toilets. Pleasure. It's half toilets. You know when it's a man because their feet are backwards. I stopped at the Champs-Élysées Hotel. It was a beautiful place. Next door was a honeymoon couple. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I overheard it. I heard her say, Manam, make love to me, kill me, hurt me, but do something. He says, I hurt you. Take off your clothes, put out the lights. You run towards me, and I run towards you. They did. He missed, and out the window he went. He's laying naked in the street like a real idiot at dessert. The doorman runs in. He says, Monsieur, you'd like me to help you to the lobby? The man said, how you help me to the lobby? I'm naked. There are people in there. The doorman said, don't be ridiculous. There are no people in the lobby. Everybody's up on the 4th floor. There's a board up there caught in the latch. She got hung on a doorknob. Things happen. Not to me, of course. Anybody want me for a bris or a bar mitzvah? A pig in a ben? This is such a dignified group, I'm going to commit suicide. I met a nut the other day. She says, I don't like diamonds or minks. My husband bought me an electric can opener. Some women like those things. Washing machines, diaphragms. Like the guy that's manufacturing a new product in Israel, Ramses. On it is inscribed in Hebraic blue letters, Kum Gesundheit. Come in good health. Did you get it? Good. What do you think they were, balloons? We had one about a minister that invited the rabbi to the fights. The rabbi had never seen a fight. In the arena, the rabbi saw the young Italian fighter making the sign of the cross. He says, Father, when he goes like this, what does it mean? The minister said, not a thing if he can't fight. Explain it to him, honey. Oh, are you Italian, honey? I sing Italian songs.
Quiero mare quanta bello. Are you sure Stugatz is a dessert? Guarda, guarda, stu giardino. Nice. I used to be a singer in the Borscht Belt. If the record don't go, we're having a ball.
I have a story that's a little risqueer. Is there such a word as risqueer? Yeah? I could tell it anyway? Oh, I'm 10 years on the beach. I never offended anybody. Just one woman. That's the kind that wouldn't harm a fly unless it was open. Oh, she was so embarrassed. She says, I never heard such words in my life. I said, so how do you know what they mean? Oh, she was so embarrassed she was doing this. And I said, I could sit there 2-3 shows. Yeah. She complained about me. The judge said I was lewd and lascivious. He said, how do you plead? I said, not guilty. He said, why? I said, who knows what those words mean? Am I going to plead guilty?
Not me, honey.
My mother used to kill me. She wanted me to be an opera singer.
Imagine me singing opera. Imagine me singing Like Me from Aida. Don't you blow.
That's Puccini. Puccini. Fabulous song. I don't sing those songs, honey. I don't sing anybody else's songs. I sing my own songs. Get out your old blue ointment to the crab's disappointment. That's the only way. And though it burns in inches, it'll kill the sons of bitches.
Pardon me.
Did you ever read Lolita? It's a charming book, and they say I'm risque.
But this guy, if you're over 12 years old, you're too old.
Oh, hello. I was just talking about the Concorde, Billy.
Talking about the old Concorde. When you stepped on somebody in the grass, they said thank you.
Don't be embarrassed. In here, you don't hear the Tennessee Waltz. Is your left one bigger than your right one? Mine is. My husband's a southpaw. She's looking at me, but I bet you when she leaves, she's going to say she's cute. Right? You never get pregnant from a dirty joke, Mama. I've been trying for years.
It's like one guy saying to another guy, do you cheat on your wife? He says, who should I cheat on, my father-in-law? Or one guy saying to another, these are all conversations that I hear.
One guy says to another guy, you want to get screwed? He says, yeah. He says, cash me a check. It's stories.
I may make the cotillion room and blow the whole joint.
I have a story that's a little risque.
I went to one of the pools one day. You know, who could you meet here in April? I met a guy, the kind that wears a bathing suit with socks and shoes.
I said, how are you, mister? I figured he's lonesome.
I didn't even understand him. He had a hair lip.
You want to come up to my room?
I said, what for? I'd like to give you a gruin. I said, I gotta watch. Oh, but this guy was a real nut. He keeps it up. He said, you come up to my room and I'll give you a thrill. I said, you'll give me a thrill? I've been married 5 times.
He said, yeah? You ever been kicked in the navel?
I said, yeah.
He said, from the inside?
I said, yeah. It's like a French diplomat that kisses babies before they're born. I could take this girdle off, I'd give $1 million. Women will paralyze you. One looks at me in the solarium, she says, why is your hair gray here and black here? I says, du hab ich nicht Gesuches.
I said, here I ain't got no worries.
Who do you think told me this joke? A school teacher. You heard a story? Well, it's not exactly a story, it's true.
Somebody asked me if I know why the Chinese people have slanty eyes, and I said no. So they told me they eat white rice. They get constipated, so they go, When I was single, I didn't know what to do. And now that I know, I ain't got with who. Had 5 girls last night, and I asked, where you stopping? They said the nutless. That's the Nautilus. They have no men there. See, they call it the nutless. This one is square as a $9 bill, this one here. We heard one about 2 faggots who were riding in a car and a truck hit them in the back and one of the faggots got out. He says to the truck driver, look what you did to my car. Truck driver says, I'll shut up before I shove. He says, no, you don't, Mary. You're not settling out of court with me. Hear about the girl who swore she was a virgin, sat in a fire hydrant and slid right down the ground? I always say that people who are normal enjoy a risque story. People who aren't normal, they say she's very vulgar. And if we embarrass you, we'd like you to tell your friends. How bad can I be? I'm on the beach 10 years. I only had 2 suspended sentences. You like me, honey? Yeah. It's my trouble. Only broads go for me. I'm east side, I'm west side, I'm all around the town. They call me bareback Gertie 'cause my pants are always down. I am strictly kosher. I never eat any pork, but I get lots of bologna on the sidewalks of New York. I sing little ditties like this. Did you ever hear this story? The Jewish guy that went up to the clerk in the Kenilworth, he says, you got a room? The guy says, you, it'll cost $100 a day. The guy says, I don't mind what you're charging. You got a stable for my horse? The guy says, that'll cost you $100 a day, too. The guy looks at the clerk, he says, look, I don't mind you robbing me, but my horse ain't Jewish. Isn't that a cute story? You can tell it to the kids. Oh, the kids are very square today, right? Children don't know nothing today. An 18-year-old runs over to me. She says, did you ever douche with 7-Up? And I've been using Squirt all my life, Stan. A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. Did you ever meet him in front of the pawn shop and kiss him under the balls? I sing happy songs. I don't sing sad songs. People come to a nightclub to laugh. They want to cry, they stay home. I don't sing sad songs. Let my mother-in-law, that rat bastard, sing sad songs. She knew how good I was living, she'd kill herself. She thinks I'm a bellhop. I'm a nun. I'm doing the nun story with B.S. Pulley. There's a guy who plays with his own organ all night. Yeah, it's a cute story. True story. About a guy who had an obsession. He hated girls all his life because since he was a little boy, his father told him that girls have teeth on their little pucchiacchie. That's Italian. So he grew up and he finally met a girl. He fell in love with her. He married her. So on the wedding night, he went to sleep in the living room. So she called him. She said, what, are you crazy? Don't you know when you get married, there are certain duties that a husband has to perform? Oh, he says, I love you, honey, but since I'm a little boy, my father told me that, I'm a little afraid. It's got teeth on it. She says, teeth? What, are you crazy? She says, come here, I'll show you. So she showed him. He took a look. She says, does it have teeth? He says, how can you have teeth when your gums are so bad? I'm not warning you, honey. I'm just telling you. Take it for what it's worth. It's about a young couple who were trying to have horizontal recreation. They lived in one room. And they had a 7-year-old boy, and the father didn't know how to get rid of him. So finally he walked over, he said, "Son, I want you to look outside that window. Every time you see a red hat go by, I'll give you $1. The kid came back in 10 minutes. He says, "You know, Pop, you're really screwing yourself out of a lot of money. The whole Shriners Parade has gone by." Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men. Shit. Don't say dirty words in here. Well, I've been told I look like the great, great, great Sophie Tucker, and I wish I did. Do I look like Sophie? And she says, and when my final curtain comes down, I'm the last of the red hot mamas. And there ain't no one like me. And she's right. Reminds me of women when they say, I met one the other day, she says, "I don't want to grow old." I says, "Die young." Women are so stupid. It's a great day when you can live to be old, right? Oh, I have a story that's going to flip you. It's about a New York buyer entertaining a model in the pump room in Chicago. This is very high class. I know it's high class. I gave the girl in the toilet 50 cents. She wouldn't give me a piece of paper. What could I do? Well, this broad is eating like she's got 9 rectums. Patty de foie, pheasant under glass, Piper Heidsieck, the whole bitch, you know. Baked Alaska, and this guy is looking at her like this. He says, "You know, young lady, I'd like very much to ask you a question." She says, "Go ahead." He says, "Your mother cooks like this for you?" She said, "No." He said, "Why not?" She says, "My mother ain't looking to after me, that's why." And that's a true story, as I heard it. I got a million of them. I heard another one about a Texan. It's very cute, Lil. It's a story about a pilot that was bringing in a plane. He says to the guy in the tower, "Roger, over." Guy says, "Over." He says, "I'm bringing in a passenger plane with 100 passengers. The guy in the tower says, "What are you, nuts, in a 2-seated plane?" He says, "You heard me, son." He pulls in the plane, and everybody runs out of the tower, and the guy from the tower walks over, and he sees 100 little guys this big walking out of the plane. He says to the pilot, "Why didn't you tell me they were midgets?" The pilot says, "They ain't no midgets, son. They're Texans with the bullshit let out of them." You know how they brainwash a Texan? They give him an enema. Ever hear the one where the old man went in the ladies' room by mistake and this woman got it? She says, "Get out of here. This is for women only." He says, "Don't scream. So is this." You ever hear the story about the girl who couldn't join a key club because she didn't have a key, so she joined a country club? That's a story about an American that got off the plane in Cuba, and there was a poor Cuban standing there. He says, "Senor, you like to ball my sister?" Guy says, "I can't even drink your water." I heard a very cute story about a father who's arguing with his son. The son says, "Papa, what are those 2 dogs doing?" Father says, "The dogs ain't doing nothing, beat it." Kid says, "I want to know. I ain't leaving." The father says, "They're doing nothing, I'm telling you. The little one is sick and the big one is pushing him to the Mount Sinai Hospital." It's a story. It's a story about 2 men who went into a Chinese laundry, and one says to the Chinaman, "You got my shirts?" Chinaman says, "You got a ticket?" The guy says, "I must have lost it, but I've been here before. Don't you remember me?" Chinaman says, "No ticky, no shirty." Guy walks out with his friend. He says, "How do you like that Jew bastard?" Guy says, "What kind of a Jew? He's Chinese." The other guy says, "They're the worst kind." The worst kind. 10 years ago, we found a song, and we love it. A great song. The only song in the world that applies to everyone in the world. Right, Paula? everybody should know the words to this song.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. We may be king, we may possess all the world and its gold. Gold won't always bring happiness when you're growing old. We'll be the same, we'll never change it. As long as there's a star up above, slow, honey. You're nobody till somebody loves you. Find yourself somebody to love. It's my song, right? You're nobody until somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. We may be kings, we may possess all the world and its gold. Gold won't always bring happiness when you're alone and growing old. The world will be the same, we'll never change it. As long as there's a star up above. You're nobody till somebody loves you. Find yourself somebody to love. I mean really love. I say get out, get lucky.